yo, can you move out the way? I want to give you a proper introduction. Go get some girls. Go get some.
I'm not jumping the tub myself. Once everybody moves out, it's just me and the lady. This is my scene. I'm used to this type of thing. Doing what I do best.
I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed.
What's going on with Kevin Hart?
He was a curator and a narrator of one of the Diddy parties and got caught on tape.
Kevin Hart is in full-blown panic mode after an explosive tape involving him, and Diddy allegedly leaked on Twitter, sending shockwaves through the entertainment world.
Before I can get into trashing Diddy, I'm going to acknowledge him on a special day.
They get caught up in the moment with the
The video has reignited rumors about Hart's connection to Diddy and the wild accusations that have followed them for years.
Me and my guy Harry, because you don't take shots. So me and Harry will take shots.
I don't give a
Shut up!
From alleged affairs to disturbing Hollywood secrets, the leaked footage could finally expose the truth about their relationship. What exactly went down in Diddy's infamous inner circle, and how deep was Kevin Hart involved? One thing's for sure, this leak could change everything.
Hey, yo, can you move out the way? I want to give you a proper introduction. Go get some girls. Go get some.
Kevin Hart is in hot water, and it's getting harder for him to stay silent. His fans have been buzzing nonstop ever since that tape hit Twitter. You know the one. The footage showing him at a certain party, hosted by none other than Sean Diddy Combs.
Before I can get into trashing Diddy, I'm going to acknowledge him on a special day.
It's like deja vu with the same old scandalous mix. Booze, hot tubs, and half-naked women. Oh, and Kevin right there in the middle of it all, with the man now facing serious charges. Well, we all know how Kevin Hart and Diddy were tight, like really close. They've hung out in public for years, and that's no secret. But now that Diddy is battling some jaw-dropping allegations, people are side-eyeing everyone in his circle, including Kevin. Did their friendship have some hidden layers? Were those parties more than just album celebrations? This resurfaced video has folks asking questions about what went down between the two behind the scenes. And we're not just talking about industry stuff. Word is that Kevin has been trying hard to distance himself. He's definitely not the only celebrity doing that either. As the allegations against Diddy pile up, ranging from SX trafficking to racketeering, it seems like most people who used to be in his orbit are making a run for it. And can you blame them? If convicted, Diddy could be facing life behind bars. His lawyer is out here claiming innocence.
His resolve is the same. He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent. And we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer.
But the public isn't so sure. The optics? Not looking good. Then there's Kevin, caught up in all this, despite just wanting to make people laugh, right? Well, not anymore. A clip of Kevin from Diddy's 2010 album release party for Last Train to Paris has been making the rounds, and it's exactly the kind of thing Kevin didn't need to resurface. He's seen in a hotel hot tub surrounded by women, looking a little too comfortable.
I'm not jumping the tub myself. Once everybody moves out, it's just me and the lady. This is my scene. I'm used to this type of thing. Doing what I do best.
Fans have been blowing up his social media, demanding answers. And his silence? Not helping. One of them commented, and Kevin Hart will say he had no knowledge of the after parties. Seriously? Another commented sarcastically, I believe he's innocent. If I said I believe in unicorns, it wouldn't make them real. A source close to Hart's camp spilled to the Daily Mail saying, this is like a pink elephant at his company. Everyone is trying hard to pretend that there's nothing going on. Tension? Yeah, it's real. The insider also claimed, Kevin is on edge and doesn't say anything, so it has been extremely tense. Kevin knows, as do his friends and employees, that he was close with Diddy, and there is video footage placing him at the scene of one of his parties. Yikes. And if you think this is just a one-off thing, think again. Those infamous freak-offs, allegedly hosted by Diddy, where things apparently got wild. D-Uggs, SX, champagne flowing all night. Yeah, those are coming back to haunt Kevin too. Sure, Kevin wasn't named in any of the lawsuits, but being spotted at one of those parties in old footage. Guilty by association, at least in the court of public opinion. Paparazzi have been hounding Kevin ever since this whole thing blew up. He's in the middle of his Acting My Age tour, but that hasn't stopped them from asking him the uncomfortable questions. One evening, as he was heading out to dinner with his wife, they cornered him. And let's just say Kevin wasn't too happy. He mumbled something about asking the wrong person the wrong question, but everyone knew. he was squirming. So, what now for Kevin Hart? He's a master at brushing off controversy, but this time it feels different. There's a sense that something deeper is going on. His relationship with Diddy might be the tip of the iceberg. But guess what? Kevin wasn't the only big name in that tape. Usher was there too. Yup, Usher, the R&B superstar who was mentored by Diddy when he was just a kid. When Diddy was in his late 20s, he and a then 15-year-old Usher used to sleep in the same bed at night. Although Diddy tried to handle the situation and make it sound less weird, we can't think of one reason why it would be appropriate for a grown-up Diddy to be sleeping in the same bed as a teenage Usher.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn.
He even lived with Diddy for a while, and now the internet's buzzing. What did these two know about Diddy's notorious parties, and when did they know it?
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
Usher also revealed he and Diddy would attend sexual orgies when Usher was 15, which is a crime in the United States, and most nations with laws concerning minors. Diddy even forced a teenage Usher into D and addiction. When Usher was asked whether he would ever send his kids to a place like Diddy's, he was very quick to respond no.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Well, Diddy's parties were legendary in the celebrity world. Everyone wanted an invite. But here's the thing, there's a difference between a party and a freak-off, and that distinction is what's causing all the drama. Maybe that's why Kevin's getting a whole new kind of attention, because there's footage of him hosting these parties with Diddy, some from way back in the day. This isn't just hearsay anymore. It's on tape, and it's going viral.
Hey, yo, can you move out the way? I want to give you a proper introduction. Go get some girls. Go get some...
The real question everyone's asking is, did Kevin know? Was he aware of what was allegedly going down behind the scenes at these wild parties? In the wake of Diddy's recent indictment, where he's facing charges as serious as SXTF-ing, people are starting to piece things together. Suddenly, those glitzy white parties and album release bashes seem like they had darker undercurrents. Kevin Hart, along with a ton of other celebrities, is now being looked at through a whole new lens. Now, to be clear, no one's saying Kevin Hart is guilty of anything yet. But in a world where videos and photos are popping up of him rubbing shoulders with Diddy, federal investigators might want to have a little chat. Could the feds be pulling out their Hollywood Rolodex, trying to figure out who knew what? It's looking likely. Sources close to the case believe that while nothing's been confirmed publicly, investigators are quietly working behind the scenes. Kevin Hart might just be on their radar. And it's not just Kevin. Other big names are being dragged into the mess too. Justin Bieber, there are rumors that he might have been victimized at some point, or at least had some knowledge of what went down at Diddy's infamous gatherings. There are claims that Diddy spent an extended 48 hours with Justin Bieber when the pop sensation was still a teenager. Given Diddy's controversial past involving teenage boys, concerns have been raised about his interactions with Justin. Reports suggest that Diddy showcased a Ferrari to Justin and made promises of allowing him to drive it once he turned 16, despite Justin being only 15 at that time. Additionally, there are allegations that Diddy offered Justin a mansion, supposedly available to him when he turned 18.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come in LA. Yeah, this will be yours. So every time you come in LA, it's a little dusty.
Bieber's connection to Diddy goes way back, and he's another high-profile celebrity who could potentially be asked what he saw or heard. It's all very hush-hush right now, but with the way things are unfolding, the quiet won't last long. Recent speculation on Twitter has ignited questions regarding Puffy's potential role in mentoring young artists. A TikTok video has surfaced showcasing interviews with several rappers and singers discussing rumors surrounding Puff Daddy's supposed all-men gatherings across various platforms. The video commences with an interview featuring Jamie Foxx, who alludes to Sean Puffy Combs' alleged clandestine parties, suggesting their association with young men.
So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm filming this, and it's a pool party that is ridiculous, man.
The rapper Jaguar recalls one such incident where someone walked in on Diddy, making the new singer Christopher Williams go down on him.
The door wasn't locked, so she didn't think twice about just walking in, and when she walked in, she saw Christopher Williams performing fellatio on Puff.
It's one thing to perform acts with doors unlocked, but Diddy was even more unashamed. He didn't bother stopping either.
Now, from what she said to me, it was disturbing because, you know, they didn't stop.
Well, Diddy is a strange man, and strange things turn him on. One of Diddy's favorite things to do is luring straight men into his cars and making them have S*X with him. He did the same thing to rapper Method Man in LA. Method Man was sitting in a club in LA when Diddy approached him. Diddy must have been attracted to him because he then proceeded to hit on him in a rather weird way. Instead of talking some more and then inviting Method Man to his place like a normal person, he decided to send someone else to trick him into sitting in the car. Maybe this is like a game for Diddy and he enjoys putting these straight men in uncomfortable positions. However, Diddy's claiming he's been a victim too. Allegedly an intimate slave to Clive Davis, if you catch the drift. Diddy's journey intersected with Clive's when he was a 23-year-old aspiring artist aiming to make his mark in the competitive music industry. His innovative hip-hop concepts managed to captivate the renowned Clive, who was on the lookout for an artist capable of forging a genuine connection with the audience. Recalling their first meeting, Clive has shared that he discovered exactly what he was in search of within Diddy. Puffy was 23 years old, and I knew the artist that I had. Aretha, Dion, Whitney was one kind of music, Davis says. LaFace ushered in blue-collared R&B at its height. But sensing the hip-hop revolution, both LA and I agreed that we could use someone really attuned to the street. You gotta know what you can do for yourself, and you gotta know when you need to look to other people. During that time frame, Diddy was working under Andre Harala at Uptown Records. However, encountering Clive Davis marked a turning point in his career, as his impactful words left a lasting impression on the music mogul, a moment that Clive himself vividly recalls. When I met with Puffy, he articulated that hip-hop should be part of the top 40 mainstream, and that the business would change in the future, he continues. And I said, what have you got to illustrate that point? And he played me Craig Mack's Flava in Your Ear, and he played me the then unknown artist that he felt and believed so strongly. He played me 4 or 5 cuts from Notorious Big. Diddy's words held such compelling force that they persuaded Clive, who quickly conveyed his approval, acknowledging that Diddy had effectively communicated his vision. Evident from their actions and numerous reports, the gender orientation of both figures were quite questionable and ultimately sparked the rumor that Clive has been controlling and manipulating Diddy. Well, all these bombshells dropped right in the middle of the lawsuit mess with Cassie. In a lawsuit back in 2013, Diddy is accused of putting together these freak-off events that wreaked havoc on a hotel, causing damages in the tens of thousands. The legal papers spill that Cassie, at the time, was in charge of finding the venue and hiring guys for these gatherings. Apparently, Diddy was all about it, demanding these meetups every week, calling it our thing, and stressing the need for absolute secrecy.
Oh, she didn't want it, but Cassie, who searched for the big black, and she was searching for the big black.
Cassie's lawsuit is dropping some seriously wild details about these alleged freak-offs orchestrated by Diddy. Apparently, they were going down in various fancy hotels like Trump International, L'Hermitage Beverly Hills, the London Hotel in LA, and even different intercontinental hotels across the country. And get this! Diddy's assistants were supposedly getting in on the action too, providing stuff like baby oil and lubricant. The legal docs spill the beans, stating, Mr. Combs always supplied Miss Ventura and the S-worker with copious amounts of D before and during the FOs. Miss Ventura was given ecstasy, C, GHB, ketamine, M, and A in excessive amounts during FOs, which allowed her to disassociate during these horrific encounters. It became commonplace to get IV fluids in the days after an FO to recover from the excessive substances pushed upon her. Cassie claims Diddy would ask her to pour insane amounts of oil on herself while instructing her and the others what to do. The lawsuit gets even more graphic, saying Mr. Combs would say things like, grab that big black D and ask her, how does it feel, as he directed her to perform for him. And guess what? Diddy allegedly turned these encounters into some twisted art project, using his phone, laptop, and tablet to film everything and adjusting the lighting. In a recent interview, Gene Deal spilled the beans, revealing that Diddy has a thing for BBCs. According to him, Cassie claimed that Diddy forced her to search the internet for male specifically those endowed with BBCs for their intimate encounters.
Watching her get by BBCs. So, what you think about that?
Do you think she was the only one getting banged by him?
As for Kevin, this whole thing could not have come at a worse time. He's known for his squeaky clean image, the guy who wakes up at 4 a.m. to hit the gym, works harder than anyone in Hollywood, and keeps his personal life relatively drama-free, well, outside of a few infamous moments. So yeah, you can bet he's sweating right now. Right now, Kevin Hart is just doing his best to stay out of the spotlight and distance himself from all this. He hasn't made any public statements. And when paparazzi tried to ask him about the tape, he made it clear. He's got nothing to say. But staying silent may not be enough, especially with federal prosecutors potentially digging into Hollywood's elite. What's wild is that these tapes are from a long time ago. Kevin Hart wasn't even the megastar he is now when some of this footage was shot.
Before I can get into trashing Diddy, I'm going to acknowledge him on a special day.
But the internet has a long memory, and it's putting everything under a microscope. So while Kevin is trying to keep his focus on his comedy tour and the clean image he's worked so hard to build, this Diddy drama could unravel all of that. For now, Kevin's hoping he can just dodge this bullet. Well, Kevin Hart might be sweating right now, but he's not the first celebrity to get tangled up in something like this. Look at what happened with Jeffrey Epstein. When his scandal broke, it was like pulling a thread, and suddenly, people we adored, icons we trusted, were all connected. Names came out that rocked both Hollywood and Washington, and everyone was left asking, what did they know, and why didn't they speak up? And this Diddy situation? It's starting to feel eerily familiar. There's a reason people are side-eyeing Kevin Hart and asking why he, or any of the other celebrities linked to Diddy, aren't speaking up. Silence isn't just awkward, it can feel like an admission, at least in the court of public opinion. And honestly, that court can be far more brutal than anything a judge could hand down. Fans don't want to believe that the people they've supported, who they've given their money, time, and attention to, could be mixed up in something this shady. But the fact is, those old videos of Kevin at Diddy's parties, laughing it up, aren't doing him any favors. One person on the internet commented, "Kevin is overexposed everywhere you look, Kevin Hart. He's advertising everything except feminine products, but wait, he just might." Another added, "Kevin Hart is still just a nobody trying to be a somebody. Most of the black community doesn't even find him funny, let alone mention his name. He's just not funny. We've had the best, so we know what funny is, and he ain't it." You've got to wonder why so many celebrities are keeping quiet. We haven't heard a peep from Kevin, Usher, or any of Diddy's other famous friends. It's almost like Hollywood has collectively gone mum about this whole thing. But there's a reason for that. Lawyers will tell you, once you open your mouth, even if it's just to deny something, you could be setting yourself up to be dragged deeper into the mess. Nobody wants to touch this scandal with a 10-foot pole. And it's not like just showing up at a party makes you guilty of anything. Sure, Kevin Hart was there, and yes, there's video of him looking way too comfortable. But in a court of law, just being in the room doesn't equal a crime. Still, in the media, in the eyes of the public, that's a different story. Even a hint of association with Diddy's alleged illicit behavior is enough to stain someone's reputation. And let's face it, when you're Kevin Hart, someone who's worked hard to maintain a squeaky clean, family-friendly image, that stain is going to be tough to wash off. But maybe behind the story is something different.
Putting it down. Yeah. Everybody, all the new young kids, everybody doing their shit. That the black man is God.
It looks like something is still missing in this scenario, as recently some allegations have emerged suggesting that Kevin's been screwing over fellow black artists. After seeing the footage, does this allegation really seem so far-fetched after all? That circulating footage has definitely sparked scrutiny and raised questions about Hart's actions within the community. Just look at what Kevin Hart is telling someone that's supposed to be close to him here.
Everything else.
I've had money before you and gonna have money after you.
Everything. If everything stopped today, can you survive? Yes.
So, after this video went viral, many people have come to believe that Kevin Hart just loves to impose his powers on other black artists.
And I can't survive.
Ronald Boss Everline. Ronald, do you have a home?
That's dumb.
The video was enough to raise speculations about Kevin's past alleged incidents where he was not seen to be a good man. According to some sources, many celebrities have talked about him and how he is not apparently good for young black artists. Let's start with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle reportedly shed some light on Kevin Hart's alleged dark legacy and how Kevin can do some inappropriate activities for Hollywood only for the sake of money and fame.
They put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career. I'd be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress.
Over the span of several years, Hollywood has faced widespread criticism for its contribution to perpetuating various stereotypes, particularly those that significantly influence the public's perception of black individuals among a substantial audience. This period has sparked a debate highlighting the contention that the limited opportunities available within the entertainment industry have compelled Black artists to accept stereotypical roles as a necessary means of sustaining their careers and livelihoods.
That weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you.
Although the entertainment industry hasn't fully attained racial equality, contemporary performers do possess a degree of agency over their choices. What proves intriguing in the realm of these modern figures is their apparent openness to undertake cross-dressing roles, with Kevin Hart's name standing out notably in this context. You can remember when Kevin Hart appeared on SNL, dressed as a small girl.
Pope Conventionate is lifting her arms into her signature muscle man pose.
Everybody started criticizing Kevin for being someone whose actions didn't support his words. Before this show, Kevin showed up in an interview and clearly said that he would never do unprofessional activities for Hollywood as other people did in the past.
I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. At the end of the day, you gotta know that you're a brand.
But right after this, Kevin appeared on a TV show irrespective of protecting his brand and dignity. Why this thing bothered Dave Chappelle is because he is a man of dignity and has always spoken for Black people in the industry, about how they are treated like garbage by Hollywood elites. Kevin doing all these absurd alleged things bothered Chappelle, and he reportedly spilled tea on every single detail of who tricked Kevin to appear like this on the TV screens. Despite everything, people are now asking if this kind of scrutiny is unfair to Kevin, Usher, and the others who partied with Diddy. Maybe. But welcome to the life of a public figure, this kind of speculation. It's part of the territory. Every famous face is looped into scandals they'd rather avoid, just because of proximity. It's unfair, sure, but it's the price of fame. Kevin's got to take the bad with the good, and right now the bad is that this video just looks awful.
I'm not jumping to tell myself, once everybody moves out, it's just me and the lady. This is my scene. I'm used to this type of thing. Doing what I do best.
That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.